Harry Potter never knew his parents. They had died when he was just a baby. He'd been sent to live with his miserable aunt and uncle, the Dursleys, who kept him locked in the cupboard under the stairs. But Harry's life changed forever on a school field trip to a science lab. When a radioactive spider dropped onto his hand and bit him, Harry at first thought little of it. Later that night though, Harry awoke to discover he could now crawl on walls and ceilings. Harry realized he had somehow developed spider-like powers. He was stronger and more agile than ever before. And when his bully cousin Dudley tried punching him the next day, Harry instinctively leaped 30 feet in the air, sticking to the ceiling. The Dursleys were furious when they discovered what Harry could do. But he didn't care, these new abilities made him feel free for the first time. Harry practiced secretly honing his powers, discovering he could now shoot webs from his wrists too. One night Harry snuck out and used his wall-crawling ability to break into a clothing store. He didn't take anything, but got some ideas for a costume. If he was going to be a human spider, he might as well look the part. From then on, Harry lived a double life. By day, he was plain old Harry, orphan nobody. But by night in his new costume, he swung through the streets as the spectacular SpiderMan, using his powers to fight criminals and help people in need. Being Spider-Man gave Harry joy and purpose. But little did he know, more big changes were coming. On Harry's 11th birthday, a mysterious letter arrived that turned his world upside down once more. He was a wizard, and had been invited to attend Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Now Harry wondered if he could balance studying magic with his secret life as Spider-Man. One thing was certain, with great power came great responsibility. And Harry would use all his amazing new abilities to do what was right. Harry could hardly believe it when he arrived at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. He was a wizard. As he walked through the grand castle and saw ghosts flying by and paintings moving on the walls, he wondered what kinds of amazing magic he'd learn here. The Sorting Hat placed Harry in Gryffindor House, where he soon made friends with Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger. Classes were fascinating too, especially Transfiguration with Professor McGonagall and Defense Against the Dark Arts with Professor Quirrell. Though busy with schoolwork, Harry still managed to sneak away some nights. Using his spider powers, he was able to climb down the castle walls and swing through the forest as Spider-Man. He liked patrolling around Hogsmeade Village looking for troublemakers. One evening, Harry overheard some professors whispering about protecting a valuable object hidden in the school. His spider sense started tingling, there was danger. Sure enough, a troll got into Hogwarts on Halloween night. While Ron and Hermione were threatened by the troll in the bathroom, Harry raced over and distracted it as Spider-Man. Swinging down on a web, Spider-Man kicked the troll right in the head, knocking it out cold. Ron and Hermione were amazed. The professors were shocked to see someone in a spider costume. But thanks to his quick action, Harry was able to protect his friends and keep his powers secret. More mysteries and adventures lay ahead, Harry knew. But for now, being both an aspiring young wizard and the amazing Spider-Man made him feel at home in the magical world. He hoped he could continue using his special abilities to help others and fight evil at Hogwarts. As Harry's first year at Hogwarts continued, he worked hard to balance his schoolwork with extracurricular activities, including secretly fighting crime and evil as Spider-Man. In potions class one day, Harry noticed his spider sense tingling when Professor Quirrell came nearby. He recalled overhearing Quirrell arguing with someone mysterious. Harry shared his concerns with Ron and Hermione, who agreed something felt off about the professor. That night, Spider-Man snuck into the forbidden third-floor corridor that was said to be dangerous. As he explored, his spider sense guided him past a massive three-headed dog and other enchanted obstacles guarding a hidden chamber. There Spider-Man discovered the Mirror of Ariste and through it, the Sorcerer's Stone that granted immortality. Suddenly Quirrell burst in, firing spells at Spider-Man. Quirrell revealed he was secretly working for Voldemort to steal the stone. During the battle, Quirrell's face blistered when he tried choking Spider-Man, protected by Harry's mother's magic. Voldemort's spirit fled Quirrell's body just before Dumbledore arrived. Later in the hospital wing, Dumbledore explained Quirrell had been possessed and the stone was destroyed. Harry felt relieved his identity was still secret. But he worried, if Voldemort could return, Harry would need to be ready to use his full powers as Spider-Man. As Harry recovered surrounded by gifts from his friends, he knew Voldemort was out there somewhere. Harry thought about his amazing abilities and how Spider-Man could make a difference in the coming fight against evil. The real adventure was just beginning. Harry's second year at Hogwarts got off to an ominous start when he and Ron missed the train and flew Mr. Weasley's enchanted car to school instead. As punishment, they had to scrub cauldrons for Snape, not a great beginning. Things only got stranger from there. Students were mysteriously being petrified and ominous warnings were left on the walls about the Chamber of Secrets being opened. Some even thought Harry could be behind the attacks. One night, Harry overheard Professor McGonagall saying the chamber had been opened before when the monster within killed a girl. Now it seemed the horror within was loose again. Harry knew Spider-Man had to investigate. Donning his secret Spidey suit, Harry crawled the castle walls searching for clues and keeping watch over students in case the monster struck again. One evening, he spotted a mysterious figure going into the girls' bathroom that was haunted by Moaning Myrtle. Following silently along the ceiling, Spider-Man saw the sink open into a dark tunnel. As the figure descended, Harry quickly shot a web to latch onto him. It was Draco Malfoy. But just then, Harry's spider sense blared in alarm. Rising from the tunnel was the massive king of serpents, a basilisk. Blinded by its deadly gaze, Spider-Man stumbled into the chamber. He could hear the hissing basilisk hunting him. Thinking fast, Harry grabbed a mirror and used it to reflect the basilisk stare back at itself. The mighty serpent turned to stone. Spider-Man had solved the mystery and saved the students from the Chamber of Secrets. While Draco didn't reveal his secret, Harry knew the adventures would only get more dangerous. He had to be ready to use his powers against whatever villainy lurked ahead. Harry's third year at Hogwarts was off to a rocky start. After accidentally inflating his nasty Aunt Marge, he ran away from home and believed he was now expelled from Hogwarts. On the streets of London, Harry sensed danger nearby. Changing into his secret Spider-Man suit, he spotted a large black dog dragging Ron through a tunnel. Spider-Man pursued, leading him to the Shrieking Shack where he found Ron with a man named Sirius Black, an escaped convict from the wizard prison Azkaban. But Sirius claimed he was innocent and that Ron's rat Scabbers was actually Peter Pettigrew, Voldemort's servant who had betrayed Harry's parents. Peter emerged from the rat's form and confessed before transforming back and fleeing. Now Harry and Ron believed Sirius and hoped to clear his name. That night there was a full moon and Professor Lupin began transforming into a werewolf. Spider-Man tried containing the chaos, but Peter escaped and Dementors arrived, nearly sucking out Sirius' soul. Harry drove them off with a powerful Patronus charm. Though Sirius was again imprisoned, Harry and his friends knew he was innocent. Harry wished he could have done more as Spider-Man to capture Pettigrew. He decided he needed to train harder over the summer to prepare for whatever dangers awaited in his fourth year at Hogwarts. Harry looked forward to spending more time with Ron, Hermione, and Sirius, once they proved his innocence. And he hoped to keep developing his secret spider powers. The forces of evil were gathering strength again and Harry knew Hogwarts would need Spider-Man before long against the dark forces that lie ahead. Harry's fourth year brought the exciting Triwizard Tournament to Hogwarts. Though too young to compete, the Goblet of Fire mysteriously chose Harry as a fourth champion. For each task, he had to balance using just enough of his spider powers to succeed without revealing his secret. Harry aced the first challenge, outmaneuvering the dragon to get the golden egg using his agility and web slinging. The second task, swimming deep in the Black Lake to rescue Ron, was more challenging. But his Spider-Man capabilities let him swim fast and cut Ron loose. The final maze task brought fresh danger though, as Harry was transported to a graveyard where Voldemort awaited. The Dark Lord had returned and summoned his Death Eaters. As Voldemort dueled Harry, his spider sense helped him dodge curses. When their wands connected, Harry's parents emerged from Voldemort's wand to protect him as he made his escape. Back at Hogwarts, Harry explained Voldemort's return to Dumbledore and the Minister of Magic. But the minister refused to believe him, allowing Voldemort to operate in secret. Frustrated, Harry realized it was up to him to stop Voldemort as Spider-Man. In the summer, he trained hard to control his powers. Harry patrolled constantly as Spider-Man, preparing for Voldemort's next move. When Dementors attacked Harry and his cousin Dudley, he drove them off but was expelled from Hogwarts for underage magic. At his hearing though, Dumbledore argued for Harry's reinstatement. Back at school, Harry gathered Ron, Hermione and other friends into a secret group called Dumbledore's Army to ready themselves against the rising dark forces. Tough battles lay ahead, but Harry knew that together, they could ultimately defeat Voldemort. He was ready to use all his abilities to finish this fight as both the Chosen One wizard and the amazing Spider-Man.